Unwanted downloads. Hey, have you ever felt like you signed a contract with somebody and then, at the end, you figure out that they cheated you somehow and, well, it's sort of like you sold your soul to the devil. Well, this is kind of like that. You see, because software, free software that you download, they need to make their money somehow. So they let other softwares uh, pay to essentially advertise in their installation processes so that uh, you know when the user downloads their software, they kind of hitch a ride and sort of sneak their way onto the bandwagon, so to speak. There's really a lot of ways that other software kind of gets in there, and because there's so many ways, I got to show you a bunch of pictures, and it's kind of an interesting process, I guess, but it's kind of complicated. Um, and there's a lot of preventions to this, and the first thing would be basically the download button. You see a big download button, and you think, well, that's the right button, I'm going to click that. Okay, and then there's the express installation, and sometimes it's typical versus a custom installation. And, I'll show you a picture of all these things, and I'll walk you through a download process so you know exactly what to look for and how to prevent that stuff. Alright, and then there's the toolbar and software traps. This is kind of, if you're clicking really fast through a next wizard when you're installing some software that you want, sometimes they just kind of stick these windows in there really quickly, and all you have to do is click next, and then it's installed. It's a trap. All right, and then there's the additional components. Let's say if you're installing a software that's got all these different parts to it, some of those parts, probably most of them, you don't even need, but they just kind of stick them in there anyway, just because they want you to get all the full features. Anyway, we go into email spamming also, which is essentially at the end, sometimes they kind of catch your email address, or they want you to sign up for something, and you know, what are you gonna do with that? I mean, it's just a bunch of spam, but you might think that it's necessary when it's really not. Okay, and then there's going to be declining versus accepting, and I actually had a hard time finding this, but it's actually really sneaky. It's one of the sneakiest ways to get by, and unfortunately I couldn't find a picture of it, so I had to kind of draw my own, and you'll kind of see what that's all about. Alright, so we're going to start here with taking a look at the download button. Alright, so if you go to this website, and you want to get this tool here called Daemon Tools, and it's actually available at disktools.com. It's a really good tool if you want to get ISO files, which is basically CD images of CD files, and you can just kind of mount them onto your computer as if they were actual CDs that you put inside of your computer, but it's only a file, and it's not actually a CD. And the Daemon Tools sounds scary, but it's not really. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like illegal or anything like that. It's actually a very good software. Okay, but if you go to this website, and you see the download button, it's just kind of hidden off there to the side. So if you try to scroll down the page, you see this download button, you might just click on that, and that's one of the biggest reasons why you download the wrong software. Okay, so that's a big problem, and you want to kind of avoid that. Alright, over here, actually, I was installing AVG antivirus, and if I just gone really quickly through the next wizard, just not really reading what was going on, I would have installed all this other stuff down here that came with the express install. Okay, and you always want to click custom, even if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, just so you can read what's going on, and so you don't install just random stuff. So if you click install here, then it allows you to check these two, or uncheck these two buttons. Here it installs the security toolbar, and here some secure search as your default search provider instead of Google or something. Alright, so that's not really a very cool thing to do. Alright, here there's another way that they get you, and this is the toolbar trap. And actually, this one over here, this is the express versus custom install. Okay, and then this was a toolbar trap. Okay, on this window, it's really quick to just say install, because you see the install button, you want to click install. But if you install, then you've also got this button checked here, which installs the Google toolbar. Okay, so that's how you get some more of those toolbars up at the top here. Alright, and this one is a software trap, okay? So basically what happens here is the same thing. You just accept, and it installs this random, I don't know what this does. I guess it's a software malicious tool protector, but you know, those things don't really help that much. Okay, and then here we are again at another AVG screen, and this is the email spamming situation, where you know you've got this clicked here, and they want your email, first name and last name, and it's already been installed. This program, you know, this is just an optional page, but if you don't really read that, then you might just put in your credentials and start getting some spam, and that just kind of sucks. So I want to kind of avoid that. All right, and okay, well, again, that decline versus agree thing. Yeah, this is my idea of humor, so you know, just kind of bear with me. It's really hard to draw with a mouse. Okay, so anyway, so imagine you're trying to download this, install this software called Pwn Tools, and here's the installing process. Okay, and this is usually step you know, 2 or 3 or something. And, you know, there's this decline button over here, and then there's the agree button over here. Okay, and if you don't really read this and figure out what you're agreeing to, well, you might just sell your soul to the devil. So you want to make sure that this is unchecked, and you also click decline, or just click decline, and you won't install jerk tools. Okay, so that's a really important step, and it's really hard to catch that unless you basically examine each screen that comes up. You know, don't just next through the wizard, because it's going to be a real pain in the butt to uninstall this stuff later. And I'll show you in another video how to do that. Okay then, so let's take a look at one of these installers, and I'm going to sort of walk you through the whole process and show you what really happens if you mess up the installation process, and then I'll show you what happens just a really fast way. So here we've got Tiny Media Player, and this is just some random thing I found, which was really difficult install. It's pretty ridiculous. So the first thing they do is, well, actually in the previous page, in fact I can't even go back here, but there was a button here that said skip all. Okay, and well, I can't go back in this installer, which gives me a clue that this installer, this program, really isn't a very good one, because yeah, I can't go back. So the first thing that they try to get you to install is Real Player. Okay, so I would click, by clicking next, I would unclick that and click skip. And but since I won't, just to show you what's going on, we can go to the next one. Here it's the same exact thing, so we click skip. It's the same thing, we click skip over here, skip again, and then it goes through this crazy process of how it just starts installing things. Okay, so here's some window that pops up. You know, if I'm just an impatient person, I don't want to read this stuff, you know, I just click agree and continue. But what's really going on is they're installing Google Chrome along with Real Player, making it the default browser. Alright. So you would obviously click cancel here. Okay, so now it's going to go through some installations, and yeah, basically the biggest reason why this stuff happens is because you might not be, you might be in a hurry, you might really want that program. You know, maybe before when you installed it, there wasn't these kinds of things, and you just remembered it that it was safe, and then you just, you know, went through the wizard. You know, you trust them. It's a good software, but yeah, they really try to trick you. So every single window that you open, You really want to read it, okay? Um, Again, read the fine print when you sign something. Okay, folks, so that took about a minute and a half to get that done, maybe two. And if you're an impatient person like me, and you just want to get this program installed, well, if you click through that wizard, next, and man, it's gonna actually cause you a lot of frustration because you're gonna have to wait for all this stuff to get installed, and a lot of times it's just a real pain. And that was just the one program out of, gosh, 5 or something like that. Okay, so now it's asking me to close all my web browsers, so close that. Okay. Oh, now it opened up Google Chrome over here. Now it's just doing a bunch of random stuff. So here's Google Chrome. Alright, I'm going to close that. And usually I do my browsing on just one browser. I don't need 3, I don't even need 2. A lot of times just Firefox will work fine. On Windows 7 I kind of like the Internet Explorer interface. Okay, here's the 4th program downloading. And okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay. Usually when those command lines come up, it's kind of a warning sign. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 downloads in one. Wow. Okay, here's Google Chrome popped up. Again, by the way. I think this might be the 3rd time. Oh, here's Firefox opening up. Asking me to do some add-ons. Well, at this point, you're probably going to start clicking some cancels, but we'll just see what goes on. It's going to ask me for some questions. Restart Firefox. It's still installing. Yeah. Alright. So, anything else? Done yet? Nope. What's this? Real player, some random window. Okay, so it's asking for some sort of a pin. So it opened up another window here. So we've got 3 windows opened up so far. I'm going to minimize those. All this through one installer. One tiny media. Yeah, I'm actually going to pause the video right here because this little window here, if you had clicked skip all way back at the beginning, it would have just brought you to this, and then you're just about to see what's about to happen. Oh, and now in the background it starts up the installer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Alrighty, cool. So, oh, and I think, wow, this time Internet Explorer didn't open up. The other time it opened up 3 web browsers. Anyway, so that was that. Alright, so just a quick review. Remember, this time we covered unwanted downloads, and again, we looked at how the download button kind of will trick you into clicking on it. Okay, we also saw the express versus a custom installation. Remember, you always want to click custom and get rid of as many check marks as you know is going to be safe, and just do the bare minimum if possible. Okay, then we saw the toolbar and software traps. How to avoid that, you just read each page in the installation wizard, okay? And then we saw additional components. Again, uncheck as many things as you can because you're probably not going to use all those things, and they're just going to clutter up your hard drive and make things really really messy for you, and slow down your computer. Okay, uh, and then we looked at email spamming, which is just a great way for them to get your email address at the end. Just don't give it to them unless you have to. And then we've got declining versus accepting, and you saw the limits of my artistic capabilities with the computer mouse. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit better with a pencil, but yeah. Anyway, so just decline as many things as you can. The only time when you would ever accept something is when it doesn't let you go forward. Well, I hope this was informative, and I wish you a happy downloading. Okay, folks, so guess what? If you were interested in this video and you liked it, well, guess what? I've got another 20 videos for you just waiting for you at this site, www.atlantacomputersrepair.com/computer videos. It's case sensitive, so you got to put the capital C, capital V. Go ahead and go to that site, register, and I'll send you 20 more videos to your email.